Hey, this is Tay with the new way to take a Windows screenshot on a PC using the Screen Sketch tool. This is new or fairly new and completely different than the old snipping tool here on the right. This is the new Windows Screen Sketch, which I believe is better because as you're working through a file, let's say that you want to show someone Home tab where the Arrange tool is, you can quickly use shortcuts to take that full screenshot. Simply bubble up or mark up whatever it is you're looking at. So I'll put an arrow there, and this is actually on the Home tab. So I'll put an arrow 1, Arrange tool 2 that I'm trying to show to someone, and you can quickly just copy that to your clipboard. You can save it to your computer. I'm going to copy to my clipboard, hit escape, and I can just paste that into an email, or here I'm going to paste it into a PowerPoint slide. And because this is a picture, I'm going to get all of those new design ideas for slide backgrounds, which I show you how to work around and use in my other video. So this video is all about the Windows Screen Sketch, not the old snipping tool. Now, if you are totally in love with the old snipping tool and you want to learn how to shortcut it, there are 2 different ways you can create shortcuts to the old snipping tool, and I show you how to do that in my other video. This video is going to be all about the new Windows Screen Sketch. We're going to talk about the shortcuts, advantages, some disadvantages to using it, and if these disadvantages are too much for you, there is an alternate shortcut that you can use and actually use PowerPoint to overcome those disadvantages, and I'll show you how to do that as well, all in the name of getting you to happy hour. So let's first look at how to shortcut and the different options you have this new Screen Sketch technology. So now everybody has a keyboard, so the Windows shortcut is just Windows W. Will open up this Windows Ink Workspace. Now, right off the bat, this is the question everybody has. Okay, there's a shortcut to Windows Ink Workspace. How do I shortcut to Screen Sketch? So here is something to keep in mind. When you first hit Windows W, it's always going to start locked into the sticky note. So if you just hit Windows W Enter, all right, Windows W Enter, Windows W Enter, you're automatically going to take a sticky note, which you can type, your note here, all of that kind of stuff. It'll stick it on your desktop. This is not a video about sticky notes, so I'm just going to delete that. I'm going to say yes, delete it. So Windows W Enter, all right, we'll do that sticky note. So if you Windows Tab, let me delete this again, Windows W Tab Enter, you're always going to take this Screen Sketch. So I'll just do that again. I'll hit escape. Windows W Tab Enter will always take the Screen Sketch. So that's a fast way that you can shortcut this. Anybody can shortcut this because everybody has a keyboard. Now the next way you can do this, everybody also has a mouse. This is more of a clicky solution. This actually isn't a shortcut, but it's important to make sure you actually have this open. So if you come to your toolbar, you should see this Windows Ink Workspace pen. You click it, you click the Screen Sketch. Now if you do not see that, what you need to do is come to your taskbar, right click your taskbar, and just make sure you have this Show Windows Ink Workspace button. This will be important in a second when we set up the pen shortcut. So this is another way that you can just quickly Windows Ink Space, click, click, there's your Screen Sketch. Now the third way is to single or double click a pen. And this is a Microsoft Surface pen. You don't have to have a Microsoft pen. You just need a pen with a clicker. You're going to, again, come to this icon, which you already have open. You want to come to Pen and Windows Ink Settings. You're just going to scroll down until you see your pen. You can see you can set it as click once. I have mine set as click twice. You just open it up, select Windows Ink Workspace, open up the options. All right, you could sticky pad, you could sticky notes. I did Screen Sketch. I will close that out. So anytime I have my pen in my hand and I double click my pen eraser, all right, on the back, I get the Screen Sketch. I can mark this up exactly, all right, and if you don't want to have the full screen, all right, you do have this crop area that you can drag and select, all right? So those are the different ways using your keyboard, your mouse, and a pen. All right, speaking of some of the advantages of this technique is just that it automatically has keyboard and pen shortcuts associated with it. It's also nice that it immediately takes a screenshot of whatever that you're looking at and allows you to mark it up. Instead of, all right, just double click, I get an immediate screenshot. You could then crop and resize this, but you don't have to start by clicking and dragging. So that's another nice feature of this. It also just has a new, sleeker interface. If I just open up the old snipping tool and I take a snip, this is what the old interface looks like. If I double click again, this is what the new interface looks like. So it's just a different interface to work with. This is the old one. You can see the new one up top. So I like this new, sleeker interface. Now, as far as disadvantages, if I just close out of this old snipping tool, which again, you can learn how to shortcut in my other video. As far as some disadvantages, the disadvantages, this is a single shot inking opportunity. So if you take a screenshot and you mark it up, you cannot save it and open it up and later re-ink it. So, all right, you're marking this up once, and as soon as you copy this, all right, as soon as I mark this up and I copy this to my clipboard, up here on the right, or I save this to my computer, this layer of ink gets baked into this as the PNG or JPEG or whatever picture format that you end up using. So just keep in mind this is a single shot markup opportunity. There is also no delay feature, and this is a big issue if, for example, here I'm in PowerPoint, I want to show someone on the Home tab where the Arrange tool drop down is, the Align, and I want to do this distribute horizontally. As soon as I use any of my shortcuts, I'm gonna lose all of those menu file drop downs. All right, this menu file is like this, and then the distribute horizontally was right there. I lost all of that because there was no delay feature, which is the one reason why the old snipping tool might be useful to you. All right, and the last thing here is there really is no shape annotations. All I can do is write ink on this, which again is going to be baked in, but I can't actually make a blog post or a banner ad and add rectangles and stuff here in the screen sketch tool. So to do that, if you want to get away from this single inking opportunity, you don't want to care about this delay feature, or you want to get around it, and you want to add shapes or other kinds of things to your screenshot, that is a good reason for you to come over to PowerPoint and use the Windows screen clipping shortcut. So the Windows screen clipping shortcut, hopefully this is not too confusing, is Windows Shift S. And this is going to immediately allow you to clip a piece of your screen, and it's immediately going to go to your clipboard. All right, this is an important difference. So it's not going to immediately just take a screenshot of your screen. It's going to put it onto your clipboard and allow you to save it. But watch how this actually saves it. So if I'm going to select this, again, I want to show someone the Home tab. I want to show someone the Arrange dropdown. I want to show them the Align, and I want to show them where this distribute horizontally is. If I Windows Shift S, my screen is going to kind of white out. I can then click and drag any part of my screen. That took a screenshot. It's going to go to my clipboard. I'm going to go to a blank slide, Control V to paste. I'm probably going to, again, get all those design ideas, which, again, if you want to learn how to build slide backgrounds really fast in PowerPoint using pictures, check out my other video in the upper right-hand corner. If I now Shift F5, all right, this is now PowerPoint. I have my inking shortcuts on. I can show where the Arrange tool is. I can show where the Align tool is, and I can show this distribute horizontally, all right? Now, this in PowerPoint, I have mine set not to save ink here in slideshow mode, but here in PowerPoint, I can, write this ink, drawing tools, format tab, align, distribute horizontally, and this is now all just a layer on top of my slide. So I can actually click and drag. I could save this PowerPoint slide. I could open this at a later time. I could come up and let's see here, draw. I could change the ink colors if I want to. I could also insert tab, shapes. All right, if I wanted to write distribute horizontally, all right, I could type that in. I can annotate this any way I want. And then if you want to save this as a picture, all right, you just select it all, right click, and you can select save as picture to save it to your desktop. You could Control C to copy this, all right, and you could paste special. Control Alt V, you could paste this as a picture. You really have a lot more editing features here in PowerPoint. You could also take screenshots of multiple things, mark them up, and send them to someone as your new standard operating procedure. So that's just a quick way that you can get around some of that screen sketch disadvantages directly here in PowerPoint. So that's the brand new Windows way to take a screenshot using this new screen sketch tool, which again is different than the old clipping tool. And it's important to keep in mind these shortcuts because shortcuts like this are the fastest way that I know of to double your productivity regardless of what you're doing on your computer. If you're looking for more resources on how to do that, especially in PowerPoint, I recommend checking out the description box for other handy resources that I've created. This is Taylor from Nuts and Bolts Speed Training, and I'll see you at Happy Hour.